Not a ride sharing video. I repeat, this is not a ride sharing video. What up, folks? Once again, it is your boy Tim, the handsome liberal. For those who may be watching it on YouTube, it could be a couple days behind because we do have MAGA Trump related content, and that does bring out the censor. So sometimes it takes a couple days to bring it to you. We're going to be talking about the No Labels Party. For my voting educated constituents out there, just want to find out, what is your opinion? Do you believe the No Labels Party is a good thing for this country? We're a little bit over a year from another major national election, the presidential election, November of 2024. Many folks have been suggesting, probably since the dawning of time in this country, that we do need a third party, at least, maybe even more. But right now, with the country as divided as it is, as tribalistic as it is in terms of politics, do you believe a third party or a no labels party, which is what they're talking about, do you believe that's a good idea to introduce into politics? Now, yours truly, the liberal in me, has some hesitations about the no label party. This party is being led by Senator Joe Manchin of West Virginia. John Huntsman, a former Utah governor, is also a big proponent of it. Joe Lieberman from earlier, from the 90s politics and that atmosphere, he's also a big fan of it. But what do you think? We're talking about a no labels party. Now, looking in the comments, as always, before we get into the program, as always, program is and shall forever remain MAGA friendly. MAGA are my preferred guests. Nevertheless, liberals are welcome as well. We don't block, ban, or censor anyone for their commentary. The fact that you might disagree with the host never means a damn thing. First Amendment free speech rights when you're in the box are always observed. So you don't have to agree with the host. Nobody's going to censor or limit your time in any way, fashion, or form simply because you disagree with the host. In the comments, we'll start it out with Ryan says, when was America great? We get that all the time. I also get asked, why the hell does a liberal have a MAGA hat? Well, in regards to when was America great, depends on who you ask. Some folks would suggest America was a far better country when we observed the nuclear family. Maybe had Christianity in schools and religion was a stronger base in this country. However, in regards to when was America great for everybody in the damn country, never. It never was great for everybody. So there's your answer, hopefully. So what, and I see Hayes Lovers asking some of the same questions. Garfield says, stop being a sellout. Who the hell is paying me any damn thing? I'm walking around admitting that I'm freaking liberal and I love talking to MAGA. Who the hell's going to pay me money for that? Let me know in the comments and I'll send you my Cash App. I can't believe you support a racist man, says damn it true. I can't believe you think I support President Trump. The program is called The Handsome Liberal, damn it. Some of you folks, just want to make it clear, some of you folks live life solely with your eyes. Your ears don't work and you damn sure as cannot read. The name of the program is titled The Handsome Damn Liberal. So what the hell is up with that? All right. Looking in the comments. America may have been great for one group of people, but not great for other groups. There is some validity to that. That last live night you were in made my ears bleed. Oh yeah, you you saw me in the live last night with the other black conservatives there. Yeah, I like to battle oftentimes with African Americans that identify as Republican. Obviously, I have a different set of opinions being a liberal, but I like to discuss. Listen, I believe everybody should be able to speak. Just because I lean left and they lean right, I don't believe anybody should be silenced simply because of their politics. I don't ever want to be censored, so the last thing I would do is censor any of you. Going to the box. Fucking Sparkle Pony. Afternoon. Talking
Bro, it's
about,
it's I can't stand the handsome part. That's what it is.
then sit down and listen. The no labels party. What do you think?
Oh man, I wish we had a party that was like just who cares? Like who cares whether you're blue or red, man? How about we solve problems and we can work together. Whatever that fucking party is, can we start that one? Because
Okay,
all we do
so
these days is add dominoes to the problem. You know what I mean? Like the first domino we never even approach and fix the problem. We just add more problems. And it's like,
let me ask
you
you
know,
this: in the 2020 election, who did you vote for?
I have not actually voted in a presidential election yet because I served in the military and I didn't want to vote for my own boss. So in 2020, I was moving from Colorado to Florida.
Have you? So you've never voted. You've never voted in a presidential election. Are you there?
Can you
All
hear
right,
me?
I'm gonna have to. I don't know what happened. Okay, let me look in the comments here. Apparently, he got busy. There needs to be a third party so anyone who has political views on both sides can vote without. Hey, is love. I do believe in a third party or multiple parties. However, right now we are in such a divided environment, a divisive environment. When we introduce new parties, regardless of what side of the aisle you're on, you have to consider, is this new party going to destroy my party without hurting the other one? That's what, like Chris Christie, for instance. Chris Christie is a different politician from Trump. Chris Christie is going to siphon votes away from Trump. He's not going to get liberals. Same thing with Biden. Some would suggest that the No Labels Party is siphoning votes away from Biden. MAGA is going to support Trump no matter what. So that's what we have to take in consideration. Who do you want to be president next? Whoever I believe is the best leader for this country. That particular leader may not have been introduced yet. Hopefully that answers your question. Delusional, says Zach. Delusional about what? Some of you folks, I see a lot of criticism in the comment section. I enjoy criticism. Come in the box. I'll give you plenty of time to state your point. You can tear me to pieces without any fear of being blocked, banned, or censored. Come out of the comment section. Don't hide behind the keyboard. Your boy is inviting you in the house. I won't talk down to you in any way, fashion, or form. Just will ask you some questions, and you can give me whatever answers you give without any fear of being limited, blocked, banned, talked down to. I don't do any of that shit. I believe in letting the people speak. You can be critical of the host here. You can certainly have a different political point of view. I'll invite you back as much as possible. Looking in the comments, what are your thoughts on a Trump Kennedy ticket? I lean left. So I'm not going to be a fan of it, of it. I just believe that I'm more of the sympathetic kumbaya type, just like when I run my program where I like to be able to speak to both sides of the aisle. I would prefer someone in the White House that operated from that type of mindset. I don't believe a Trump Kennedy ticket is concerned with dissenting opinion. And I believe that is an issue. I think that some would say Biden is the same way. Some might say Biden is the same way. But I don't believe as a commander in chief, you should operate from a standpoint of I don't give a damn about those who don't like me or who disagree. You should want to know why and see if you can work with the other side. I don't think we are currently in an environment like that. Looking in the comments, Kanye 2024. Kanye would have a hard time putting out a good album right now. It's nice to know if I don't agree with you, I won't be kicked out. No, you won't. Nanny, you won't. Not only will you not be kicked out, I always invite folks with a strong opinion that opposes mine. You can come back. We can talk all day long on that. I'm not mad that Trump got my vote, sure, not Biden. And there's legitimate reasons to vote for Trump over Biden that is not strong MAGA related. Protecting of the sanctity of life, maybe your strong Second Amendment support. If you believe in those particular principles, yeehaw, Golden, thank you for the hat and mustache. If you have right-wing fundamental principles, you don't have any business voting Democrat. Just want to throw that out there. We'll go back to the box. I don't know what happened last time, but Takesha, welcome back to the program. Talking about the No Labels Party. Do you think that's a good idea?
First of all, it's how you doing?
How you doing?
I'm doing fine. How are you?
Okay. All right. What color's the dress you got on?
How was your vacation?
The vacation was nice. No labels party.
My goodness. At least speak to me before you ask me a question. What then got into you? We got beef? You want to
I
have beef?
left it. Listen, I left the money on the nightstand. Why are we having this
I
conversation?
didn't,
I
it
gotta
wasn't
go.
enough.
All right. I'll put a few more dollars down. How about here's my cash app. My Uber's outside. I gotta go.
Okay, well, go on, but you better try to send that money back because you know it was well worth it.
Okay. Hey.
Plus
Maybe I
what
don't
I
need to leave right
plus
away.
what I already stole out your wallet.
Oh, damn. Now you don't throw it out now. I thought we was gonna have a second meeting. All right, let's get to the no labels party. What do you think of it?
I don't think it's gonna work.
Do you favor the idea of introducing more choices for us voters?
No, because how you gonna do that? Okay, you already got the majority. The Republicans already got the majority of people they're gonna have. The Democrats got the majority of people they gonna have. Then you gonna come in here with the independents. Then you gonna come in with another party, another party. How that voting gonna go?
It can go every direction. At the end of the
Guess
day, it's
guess
just
guess who gonna end up winning?
we
A
already know.
Republican or a Republican or a Democrat. So just leave it alone.
Well, but anything takes time to start off. Maybe this election you have a third party and it don't go anywhere, as you're pointing out, but it starts to get foothold. Maybe 2, 3 elections down the line, if you keep going with it, it might take off.
Handsome, handsome.
Yes,
That's
ma'am.
just like saying, okay, I'm gonna buy this Magnum condom that I know can't fit this year.
They do break. Those
But hold
things do
on,
break. They
but hold
actually do
on,
snap.
but hold on. But I'm gonna keep letting it lift weights and hoping in 2, 3 years I can finally fit the condom.
Oh, you mean too small for? Oh, I never heard of that. But I get your point. I do get your point. So, in other words, you suggest we just stay with two parties for eternity?
Just leave it alone. The thing is this: okay, if you get enough independence where the vote will make a difference, then we'll think about adding a party.
Well, the only way you're going to know that is to actually make an effort and try and see if it works.
No, because if you got an independent running, and what if enough independents vote where that person gets in, then we'll know, hey, we need to get this third party. Because it can happen. Because you can even, if it's a good enough independent, you may get some Democrats or some Republicans to even vote for the independent. And then we'll be like, you know what? This independent thing may work. Let's go ahead and put them on the ballot now, come on with this party because their candidate actually won.
Yeah. I kind of agree with it too from this standpoint. I believe they should try, if you're going to create a third party, like the No Labels Party, don't go all the way to the top with it. First, start it out in mayoral races. I mean, maybe in a gubernatorial race. Try it
Now,
in lower
I can
levels.
agree. I can agree
Yeah,
with you on that. I can agree with you on that. I don't think it needs to be in a presidential race right now. Let's
yeah,
start small. Let's try,
yeah,
let's try it at the bottom and see how it goes and then advance it if it works.
yeah.
You get what I'm saying?
Yeah,
But I
I,
don't think
I
you should start
totally,
it at the top and,
yeah.
you know,
Yeah, I totally agree with that because if you can get, city council, aldermanic level, mayoral level, if you can get these smaller parts, because if you ran for mayor as an independent, you do have a much better chance of winning because you don't need as much money. Some towns, all you might need is a few business owners to back you and you can actually win. And then you can start going to the governor and slowly changing things. You have to start from the ground up. I don't believe starting off at the top, at the presidential level, competing against all the money you just mentioned. Yeah, I don't think they have as much of a chance at that level.
right. I don't have a problem with a third party. I don't have a problem with a fourth party. But you got to make sure it work. You just can't start something just all willy nilly because some people want to do it. It takes a process,
Yeah.
and you just
Hey,
got to go by it
I
the
want,
right
I
way.
want to ask you this. Now, in the comments, I know you lean left, just like myself, liberal, but you probably lean further left than me. But in the comments, Lola B. Love said, I will never vote for a Republican. I do not trust him. Do you have that same sentiment that you just can't trust that whole party?
I wouldn't say the whole party, But what they're showing me right now, I wouldn't vote for them with a gun to my head and a pencil in my hand.
Damn. Now, is that due to them being Republican, or is that MAGA related?
It's not even just MAGA, it's the things that they're doing to take the rights of people. Because when you you say you the party of less government, but you're the one that's activating more government, why would I trust you to do anything that I need you to do? Who?
But when you say they're activating more government, giving abortion rights back to the states, isn't that reducing government?
No. Why would you
How
give?
is it not?
Why would you even bother it? Period.
Well, because some states do not support it, and most of the voters in these, like Alabama, they don't support abortion, and obviously most of the voters
But
in
you
that
don't.
state don't
But you
either.
okay? But Roe versus Wade was already in. Why would you mess with Roe versus Wade?
Because Roe versus Wade is a federal issue. It was on a big government issue. They
Okay,
want
okay,
to.
but what I'm saying, if you give the states the right to decide if we're gonna do it or not, that's still letting the government make the choice, whether it's state or what. The officials are still making the choices for us. That's all I'm saying. These people don't care if we vote on this stuff or not. They still gonna do what they want to do in the state.
So how do you feel about, because when you talk about the federal government had already adjudicated Roe v. Wade, the Second Amendment is also federal. How do you feel about so many liberal areas constantly going after the Second Amendment? Isn't that the same thing in reverse?
Let me tell you this. When I see a bunch of kids that go to school, that get unalived, that's heartbreaking. And I know abortion people speaking up for babies that are in the womb, but those kids are not even living. That you're not guaranteed to even have a full birth, whether you go through a full pregnancy or not, because you could lose that baby at any time.
Yeah,
But
yeah, but well, come on, Takeshi. You know that
let me
most, wait a
finish.
minute, you know that most abortions would result in a healthy child.
No, you don't.
You
No,
believe
you
that?
don't. No,
You
you
believe
don't.
that most abortions are possibly aborting a
I
child that
I
wasn't going to
I
make it
I
anyway?
I was pregnant and I didn't have an abortion, but at 2 months my baby died in my
Yeah, but
womb.
we have about, before they rolled back Roe v. Wade, we were having between 500,000 and 750,000 abortions in this country every year. You don't believe most of those are going to turn out to be a healthy child?
See, that's not what I'm saying. Let me explain what I'm saying. What I'm saying is this. It's not your choice to tell a woman
Okay, I can agree with that.
what she can and cannot do with her body.
I can agree with
The
that.
government nor the states should be able to tell a woman what to do with her body. What's sad to me is these people want the rights that they want, but they don't want the rights that other people want. I'm gonna put it like this. Okay, the Republicans and the so-called Christians, that's what I call them, modern day Pharisees. You're against abortion, but you're for the death penalty.
Okay.
That's taking
Now,
a life.
but let me present it to you this way. And by the way, folks, tap the screen, get your boy likes up to 10,000. Try to bring you decent content. Doesn't cost you a damn thing, but let your thumbs not be lazy. Get the likes up to 10,000. Now, I want to counter your point, Takesha. Many would suggest that you shouldn't be able to tell a woman what to do with their bodies. However, folks on the right are going to tell you, you don't want me telling you what to do with your body, but you want to pass laws that tell me how I can defend my family.
But
How do
see
you
that,
respond to
but
them?
but see, that's the big issue. Why do y'all keep saying that the left want to take your guns? Them
Because
folks
that's
ain't
who's
said.
passing it. Wait a minute. Every gun, wait a minute. Just about every gun limiting law, any law challenging the Second Amendment, you'd have to admit that comes from Democrats, right?
Handsome liberal. Let's just be honest. Which bill said I'm gonna take your gun?
You got everybody from Joe Biden talking about
Which
you don't
which
need.
bill? When did he say I'm gonna take your gun?
I'm from Chicago, Takesha. You could not even own a firearm without a bunch of hurdles for years in that city. They
You
just
don't
recently
think you don't
allowed that.
think you don't think that we need background checks to make sure the
I'm not
crazies.
talking. I'm not talking background checks. I'm talking about even I don't have any criminal record. In most of my life as an adult, I was not able to get a firearm in Chicago
Why you couldn't get one?
because of the hurdles you got to go through. Now
What's
they've
the hurdles?
removed all of that.
What are
They've
the
removed
hurdles?
it all. Huh?
What were the hurdles?
Well, first of all, it cost more in terms of permits that you had to get. You had to get more. You had to get some form of an actual training, like education, where in most places you don't have to go through all this. The permits cost more.
What's wrong with being educated on how to use a firearm?
What does shall not be infringed mean to you?
What does training? Okay, you get trained on your job. For your job, you gon'
But your
work.
job doesn't have a shall not be infringed constitution.
Handsome. First,
I'm asking you.
handsome. First of all, you know when that Second Amendment was written, it ain't had nothing to do with us having no pew pews for what y'all acting like it was for. It wasn't for that.
Well, but since we're comparing this to abortion, I would, and remember, I'm liberal. I'm just playing devil's
I
advocate
know
here.
what you are.
Yeah. But remember, in regards to you saying how far back the Second Amendment go, when Roe v. Wade was passed, they talked about limited use of that, not using it for birth control like women do now. So if you want to say the Second Amendment is old and people going by old rules, they're not following the original rules of Roe v. Wade either.
Why are you saying they using it for birth control?
You really believe that most women that get an abortion are not using it for birth control?
I wouldn't say it was most, Zeus. But let me ask you this question. Okay, think about this. Think about this. Okay, so now the states have the right to tell you you can and cannot have an abortion. Okay, you bring this child into the world and you kill it. What was the purpose?
Do you believe most women, if they ban abortion, are going to kill the kids?
Have you not seen all the kids that are being
Yeah,
unalived from
yeah.
their own parents? So you want me to bring a child? Hold on. You want me to bring a child into the world that I really honestly don't want, but I'm gonna fake it till I make it. I'm gonna fake this baby shower. I'm gonna fake by 5 years of their life. Then I'm gonna decide, you know what? I'm gonna drown this child because I really didn't want this child in the first place.
And throw your entire life away.
Don't you see I'm doing it every day?
No, here's my point
Zeus,
on it. Now,
Zeus.
let me make it.
I
Let me
mean,
make it clear.
handsome liberal. Come on now.
Now, I'm gonna have to move on, but I'll give you the last word. But let me make it clear. You and I agree on almost all of this shit. But I'm playing devil's advocate because I know the other side. In regards to women having a child that they're forced to have and then taking the life of that child. I'll just give you this. If you allow abortion to be legal, 100% of those children die. If you ban abortion, some of those mothers will do what you're talking about, but it won't be anywhere near 100%. So at the end of the day, you're going to have a net savings of lives. You
I
don't get
understand.
that?
Listen, I'm not for abortion. Don't get me wrong, but I'm for not telling people what they can do and cannot do with their body. Let me say that first and foremost. But my thing is this: okay, we bring the children here. The government doesn't want to feed them. They don't want to give them free lunch. They don't want the parents to get no food stamps to feed the children. They really don't want to provide them with free health care. They don't want to take care of these children once they get here. What is their purpose for making you bring them here when they don't want to help them when they get here?
That's a good argument. I got to
That
move it
that's
on. I'd
that's
love to talk to you about
that's
that
my.
because I got a lot of, huh?
But hold on. Let me say this.
I got to move it up, girl. Go ahead.
One thing I want to say. What if they put a what if they said, okay, by the time a man gets 25, we're giving all of them vasectomies and they're not going to be allowed to have any children. How would y'all feel about that?
Well, I would ask you, why would you ruin a good knife over here? But I get your point. I do get your point.
If
Got to
it was
move it up.
y'all getting if y'all rights was getting taken away, y'all would be out there protesting. But y'all around here telling us what we can and cannot do. But if they say y'all can't do this, if y'all ain't did this by the age 25, men, you coming in, you getting a vasectomy, no children for you. How would that make you feel?
Understand? I agree with you 100%. I got to move it on, though.
Have a great one.
You too. All right. In the comments, as always, folks, it's not about whether we agree or disagree. I do not block, ban, or censor your commentary. Tap the screen, get your boy up to 20,000 likes. We try to deliver good content. Nevertheless, the program is and always will remain MAGA friendly. MAGA are my preferred guests, but liberals are welcome as well. She's speaking facts, says, I can't even pronounce the name there, Recordo. How many friends you have that are true narcissists? Marv. Most narcissists do not admit they're a narcissist, just like most racists do not admit they're a racist, which is why I've never seen a racist, and they're not going to admit it. I don't know how many friends I have that are true narcissists, but I assume I have some. You can almost eliminate abortions with better funding for kids, says Jamie Stansberry. I do agree that you could significantly reduce the number of abortions with better funding for children. I do agree, but you won't eliminate it because some chicks are going to have babies by folks that their families don't like, or you're going to have some chicks that break up with the guy before they even find out they're pregnant and they don't want to have the kid. Some chicks choose career over, found out they're pregnant, but they got to really, let's say for instance, you're about to become a model and you just got the contract you've been looking for and you find out you're 2 months pregnant. A lot of women would opt to get rid of that child to save the modeling career. That's what I'm talking about, using it as birth control. That does happen. Even though I'm 100% pro-choice, I don't want to pretend like something ain't happening that is so that it fits a narrative. Like you'll never hear me talk about, just folks who have been sexually assaulted or incest, because the vast majority, the overwhelming majority of abortions are not performed because somebody was assaulted. It's a woman that had unprotected sex and decided I don't want this kid anymore. That's the vast majority of these. Looking in the comments, I don't know what just happened there, but we'll keep it moving. Did I freeze up? Looks like I may have to restart this. Looks like something's wrong here. Yeah, we got some kind of problem going on here. I don't know if you guys can hear me or not, but the numbers, everything on the screen is frozen. So if not, I'm going to restart it. There we go. No, maybe not. All right, I'm going to restart it. Yeah, this is really frozen. Wait, what the hell's I'm trying to restart it, so folks, I don't know if you can even still see me, but I'm having problems with this thing big time. My whole device is frozen up. Jeez. what are the acronyms? FAGA. Wow. Now it looks like it just got a bad connection. I don't know. Something's wrong over here. Is it true? MAGA stands for FAGA. Wow. That's horrible. Looking here. Let me see. I don't know if it's gonna let me through. Muda Tuxedo Cat. I'm having such an issue where I'm located at that. See? Try taking that hat down.
What's going on, man? What's up,
What's up,
man?
man?
What's going
Not
on?
much.
What are we talking about today, man? What's going on?
The label party. No
Yeah.
labels party. What do you think of that?
I think we need as many political parties as possible, man. We need more choice. We need more options. You know what I mean? Two parties. Yeah, you could even consider the two political parties as a business at this point, right? They all take donations from private people just like a business would, right? And then they do the bidding of those investors just like a business would, right? So you could say that America is supposed to break up monopolies. So you could consider the two parties something that needs to be broken up.
How do you respond to folks who suggest that the No Labels Party would siphon votes from Biden?
Yeah, I mean, it may siphon people from both sides depending on who joins, but yeah, it very well might. I mean, but that's okay. You know, if you keep going with this mantra that it'll take votes away from this person, it'll take vote, you'll keep on voting in all the same schmucks who don't deserve your vote in the first place, right?
Yeah.